Old Hollywood is synonymous with class, sophistication, and images of matinee idols chastely stealing kisses on the silver screen. In reality, though, all sorts of bonkers nonsense was going on behind the scenes. Here's a look at some classic film stars who were actually really weird people. Cary Grant loved LSD. In 1960, the editors at Good Housekeeping magazine got a strange call. Cary Grant, the suave, sophisticated film star who almost never gave interviews, was on the line and wanted to talk about the magnificent amount of LSD he'd dropped. Yup, plagued by personal demons, Grant finally found peace when his third wife introduced him to the wonders of acid, which he dropped over 100 times between 1958 and 1961. And he wanted everyone to experience the same wonderful benefit. So he went on a campaign to promote the benefits of LSD, which, according to the biography Cary Grant, A Touch of Elegance, included Grant saying things like, "It releases inhibition. You know, we are all unconsciously holding our anus. In one LSD dream, I shit all over the rug and shit all over the floor. Another time, I imagined myself as a giant penis launching off from the earth like a spaceship." Sold.
I don't know, sir, but it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, where?
It's not a woodpecker, it looks like someone's...
Privates! We have reports of an unidentified flying object!
Orson Welles hated his nose. Most people who get nose jobs want to make their nose smaller. But legendary writer, director, and actor Orson Welles was obsessed with making his nose larger. He thought his real nose was too small for his round face. So in every movie, he had a fake nose made. And as his career went along, those noses got bigger and bigger and bigger. When he finished a film, Welles kept his noses, named them, and stored them in his Hollywood home, where he would occasionally take them out at parties and perform magic tricks with them. That's the sort of crazy you get away with when you've directed the best film ever made. Joan Crawford was an egomaniac. In one of the most famous cases of a star having a secret weird side, Joan Crawford was outed by her adopted daughter Christina as a jealous egomaniac in the infamous memoir Mommy Dearest, which was later turned into a hit movie. An account of her time as Crawford's ward, it made the Hollywood star sound like the mother from hell. Among other tidbits were harrowing descriptions of the physical abuse Crawford occasionally unleashed on her children, the revelation that Crawford lied when she told Christina her birth mother was dead, and of course the famous meltdown over wire hangers. Some claim the book wasn't entirely true, but considering Crawford was so weird, she once sabotaged her own movie in order to spite rival Bette Davis. Separating truth from fiction is nearly impossible. Peter Sellers was afraid of purple. The star who gave us Dr. Strangelove and Inspector Clouseau wasn't just a weirdo. He was apparently also such a monumental butthead that few could stand to be around him. Peter Sellers would have screaming meltdown tantrums on set. He'd freak out at his wives, smash crockery, and threaten them with his shotgun. He'd even get low-level people fired on movies as a way of venting his frustrations against people like producers and directors who were more powerful than he was. He was also profoundly superstitious. So when director Vittorio De Sica told him the color purple represented death, Sellers took it way too literally. According to the biography Mr. Strangelove, Sellers became convinced the color purple could kill. He refused to be in rooms with it and would have screaming tantrums if he came into contact with it. Elizabeth Taylor's spiteful engagements. Elizabeth Taylor's hell-raising is so infamous that her private life was publicly denounced by the Vatican. Over her lifetime, she married 8 times, had endless affairs, and took great pride in the offense she caused. Sometimes her behavior was truly outrageous. After marrying and divorcing Richard Burton twice, Taylor was so upset that she got engaged just to spite him. While working on the play Private Lives, Taylor and Burton brought out the worst in each other. They separately turned up drunk, they broke character, they skipped performances. When Taylor missed a show, Burton got fed up, went to Vegas, and married Sally Hay. When Taylor heard the news, she was so furious, she announced her engagement to Victor Luna, upstaging Burton. Not that she hated her ex-husband. Later in life, Taylor claimed they would have married a third time if only Burton hadn't died. Katharine Hepburn hated nudity. The best way to describe Katharine Hepburn is fiercely independent. She lived as if married with both women and men, all while acting like it was no big deal. Part of that, though, was that she had plausible deniability, as according to the book Kate, the woman who was Katharine Hepburn, the famed actress not only didn't like physical intimacy, she hated nudity to the point where she would walk out on a film if there was a scene showing someone naked. So why did Hepburn loathe nudity and physical romance so much? According to a college friend, she tried intercourse once and, quote, just didn't like it. Fair enough. Clark Gable was obsessed with cleanliness. They say that cleanliness is next to godliness, but matinee idol Clark Gable took it to a whole new level. According to Warren G. Harris's biography of Gable, the star shaved his chest and armpits because he didn't like sweating. He also didn't like baths because it meant soaking in your own dirty water. So he always showered, even carrying his own portable shower around with him when he was in the Army. Considering his obsession with hygiene, it's ironic that Gable's Gone with the Wind co-star Vivien Leigh later publicly called him out for having bad breath. Still, no matter what people said about his weird ways, he always had the perfect comeback.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.